Recently get an iPad 9.7 2017 and you're looking for a keyboard accessory but you don't want to break the bank? Well, I got one here for you that I think might be one of the best accessories you can buy for your 2017 iPad. That review's coming up right now. Let's go. Disclaimer, this video was sponsored by iEGrow, the makers of this keyboard, but I am not paid to say anything in particular. All opinions are my own. So this is the iEGrow 2017 iPad case. It's the F8S7 and it has pretty precise cutouts, as you can see right here, and might be one of the more premium cases you can buy for under $60 on an iPad 2017. So this combination here with the iPad comes in at under $400, but lifting it up, you can see there is a little bit of give. You're not going to be able to open this up with one hand. This is not a MacBook, but this case does have a pretty solid keyboard with a decent 4mm of travel. As you can see right here, the keys just have a nice feel and a nice feedback. So you're going to be able to type out long emails, type out long documents here on this keyboard. You're just going to have to get used to its size. But overall, I found my keyboard experience to be pretty accurate. I just had to get used to it with my bigger hands. So if you do have bigger hands, this might be a little bit cramped, but I do feel that pretty much anyone could get used to this keyboard. And I do want to mention that because this keyboard is kind of has a little hump at the end, or you know how the MacBook would have that towards the bottom, you are going to have to rest your palms on the table to go ahead and type quickly on this keyboard because there's no trackpad for an iPad. So I'm not too upset about this design. It looks pretty solid nonetheless. And overall, I think anyone who's going to be typing on this should be aware that you should practice a little bit before you type on it because of the smaller nature of an iPad 9.7. You're going to have to get used to this size. It's not like a traditional 15-inch MacBook keyboard. So one thing to note about this keyboard, iEGrow 2017 F8S does have 7-color backlit LED keyboard. So you do have the options between red, white, yellow, green, cyan, blue, and purple. Different brightness controls, 3 different levels exactly. So you are going to have quite a bit of customizability, as well as easy to see this keyboard in any lighting situation. And also this keyboard is in addition waterproof. So those of you who spill things on your keyboard, you're going to be fine as well. Now you're going to notice there's a function row here on this iEGrow keyboard. It's very similar to what you find on a MacBook, but more, you know, designed towards the iPad use. So we're going to show you a couple of these functions here. So testing them out, you can see you can go ahead and come back home right from the keyboard. You can multitask switch right from the keyboard. You can also raise the brightness controls up and down, and it looks kind of like the Mac with that little square in the middle with the brightness controls. You can search from Spotlight as well as bring up the smaller keyboard like so if you want to go into the touch keyboard. So you can switch between them right from the iPad itself. Now some of these aren't working right here on camera because they do require notes to be open, but you do have play, pause, you have volume controls as well here on this iPad keyboard, and you do have the ability to lock the screen and unlock the screen straight from the function row itself. So taking a look closer at the hardware of this keyboard, it pretty much fits perfectly how you would like, and this is why I think it has a 5-star review on Amazon. I mean, their cutouts are precise, they're perfect. It is a little bit thick, but overall the keyboard is just, you know, pretty perfect in terms of the cutouts. So they really did do their measurements here to make sure everything is great. So it does charge via micro USB cable, which is included in the box of this purchase. But overall, I mean, this design just seems to fit just how you would expect it to fit. And the hinge design is not bad overall either. It's not too bulging. It just kind of sits over there and gets out of its own way. Alright guys, in terms of wobble and rigidity of this keyboard, this guy is not a 2-in-1. It feels more like a traditional laptop when you do attach this accessory to it. So on the harshest angle, it will wobble just a little bit, meaning all the way back. But overall, I don't think this is going to affect your use too much in day-to-day. Now you can stand this keyboard up kind of like in presentation mode if you want to show off, you know, some photos or something like that. But overall, the battery life on this keyboard has been very solid as well. I'm getting about a month on a full charge with this keyboard. So basically going through class or whatever you're going to be doing with this is going to be just fine. You're going to have no battery woes, but if you do, just bring your micro USB cable. My typing speed hasn't been quite as quick as like on my MacBook, but definitely not slow at all, and I could definitely get some productivity based things done. The precise cutouts of this keyboard make this design a pleasure to look at, and I'm not just saying this because it's a sponsor review. This is actually a nice keyboard. I actually purchased one for myself for my 9.7 iPad. iPad. But overall, light design, it's not going to add too much weight to your life in this keyboard, and I think this is going to be a great purchase at under $60. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, click that like button for me. This was Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Questions, comments, concerns below. I will catch you all in the next one, and peace.